Hey pilgrims, I'm lost. Sometimes I really don't know what God's will for my life is. I feel like I'm trying to figure it out. I think I've got to figure it out. And then something changes and I just question everything that I just came up with. Have you ever been there? You ever felt like God was calling you to something and then a curveball completely comes your way and you're unsure of what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to approach it? It seems to happen all the time. What are we supposed to do? It seems like we're headed in the path, we're trying to follow God's will for our lives, but then something changes, something happens. What are we supposed to be doing to follow God's will? Well, I actually don't think it's God's will that changes. We actually need to change our viewpoint of what we think God's will is if we really want to follow God's will for our lives. Hi, I'm Chad Torreson with Directional Faith, where my goal is to help you discern at every turn. Well, that's what I'm saying right now. That could change. Next week, I might change my mind and say that this channel is about something else. And that's kind of what the point of today is, because there are times where I feel like I need to adapt and grow with where this channel is growing. I mean, one week I'm convinced that I know exactly what I want this channel to be and what God has called me to teach you and to share on this channel. But then the next week something changes and I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something else. And I'm not really 100% sure of where this is all going. I'm still trying to figure out, and I feel like I'm figuring it out as I go along. And that's really what God's will is. When I chose the name Directional Faith for this channel, it was because of the fact that I realized that God's will is not a destination for our lives. It's not somewhere that we're trying to get, somewhere that we're trying to achieve or attain. Instead, God's will is a direction for our lives. God's will then is not a certain milestone or place in your life. It's a heading. It's somewhere that you're going. It's your direction in life. And it's our job to try to make that heading towards God. To be honest, my first passion is really not video or even technology. It's a written word. I love to write. I really enjoy sharing my faith through the things that I write. And I started this channel in the hopes that one day I would be able to share some of those things with you. But right now it seems like this channel is taking on such a focus. So what is God's will? Is God's will changing for my life where he's telling me, no, instead you should become a YouTuber or somebody that's focused on media and video? No, it just means that I'm learning to really follow God's will for my life. When I first thought that I should go back into school and start a ministry again, I had preconceived ideas and notions of what I thought that was going to be. And I really thought that writing was going to be the way to do it. But then maybe I'd start a YouTube channel and some other social media to try to help move that ministry forward. There are times where I drive my wife nuts because it doesn't seem like I've got a clear direction or idea of where I'm headed with all of this. And the truth of the matter is I don't. But I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to follow God's will for my life. I know that it's slowly revealing itself to me, that over time, his will be revealed no matter what I think it is right now. As days turn into weeks, turn into months, turn into years, what I think God's will for my life is right now is going to be drastically different to what it actually turns out to be. And so we need to be able to adapt and follow God's will where it's leading us. Stop worrying about what our preconceived ideas and notions are of what we think God's will is and where we want it to go. And realize that life is going to throw obstacles in our way. God's going to open doors for us. There are going to be a lot of opportunities for us to change direction and go where he is leading us. For instance, I decided to make this video vertical because I realize that 85% of you are watching this from your cell phones right now. So why would I be doing it sideways when all of you are watching it vertically? I mean, it only makes sense, right? So I thought I would go against the YouTube norm and give it to you the way that you're probably watching it anyways. And as an added bonus, I could load this up to my Instagram account too. Find a link down in the description. And so this is leading me to adapt and to change and to see where God's will is really leading me. And it's going to be the same thing in your life. You need to be open to change. You need to be willing to change course when it feels like God is leading you somewhere else. Don't stick in the same path in the same direction simply because that's where you felt like you were supposed to go 6 months ago. Because God's will for our life unfolds before us. We may think that we've got a general idea of where we're going, but it's not really until we make each step that we're going to realize what the next step should be. And if you're not willing to make those changes, eventually you're not going to be doing God's will anymore. You're not going to be following the path for your life that he wants from you because you were stubborn and hard-hearted and not willing to listen to the changes that he was trying to get you to make. And so if you want to continue to learn to discern how to follow God's will for your life, make sure you watch this next video and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks and God bless.